I want to share with you my top 5 cryptos for this month, for November, because I believe that these 5 cryptos are going to be quite important for the next couple of months. My name is Wiebe from Nesami, and it is my mission to make sure that everyone knows how to invest and how to lead a financially healthy life. And in this video, I'm going to be analyzing 5 different cryptos according to my FUFITA strategy, which is fundamental, financial, and technical analysis. Of course, keep in mind that none of this is financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. Only you can use this information to make your own decisions about buying or selling these cryptos. The number 1 crypto that we are going to be talking about today is Bitcoin, and this might be a little bit obvious, of course, because many people are going to include Bitcoin in their top 5, but I do believe that the next couple of months are going to be very important for Bitcoin, as we're going to see in just a second. Of course, we're going to talk about the fundamental, financial, and technical analysis for Bitcoin and the other coins we're going to talk about today. So let's start out with the fundamental analysis for Bitcoin. And first of all, I already created a full-on video about this on my Dutch channel, Nesami Slim Beleggen. If you are Dutch, definitely make sure to watch that channel, because I already did a video about Bitcoin with all the things I'm going to be mentioning right about now. And the first thing I want to be mentioning is that, of course, as we can see on the website of Crypto Insiders, which is a Dutch platform with news about the world of crypto, we can see that, of course, we have been seeing multiple Bitcoin ETFs right now. And ETFs, well, as you might know, these are exchange-traded funds, and this allows people to buy Bitcoin in a way that looks a little bit like stocks, and a little bit like the stock market. One of the advantages is that you don't need to self-custody your own Bitcoin. You don't need to get a ledger to store your crypto and store it in a safe place somewhere, but you can just buy it just like a stock, just like a regular stock on the stock markets on a exchange. So that can be an advantage for some people. And the other thing that is very important is that because of these ETFs, it looks like institutional investors find Bitcoin and crypto investing a little bit more safe, and they are now willing to allocate more money to Bitcoin, which I believe is going to lead to, well, more money flowing into the crypto space and in Bitcoin in particular, of course. Now, another thing that is very important to look at is the current quarter we are in, because right now we are in the 4th quarter of the year after the year of the halving. We have, of course, seen multiple halvenings in the past. A while ago was in 2012. That was the first halvening. Then we had 2016, and then, of course, 2020. And this is an analysis on the screen right now of the 4th quarter return on investments for Bitcoin on the year after the year of the halvening. Hope you are following me still, because as we can see, the months October, November, and December were quite important in 2013 and 2017. In October 2013, Bitcoin went up 60%, in November 449%, and December had a correction of 35%. Then in 2017, we had a nice move in October of 48% to the upside, 53% in November, and 39% in December. So we can see that these years, or these quarters in these years, are quite important. And now the question is, are we going to have a beautiful quarter this year in 2021 as well? Of course, we have already closed the first month of this quarter, which is October. October had a beautiful upside of about 40%, I believe, and let's see if November and December are also going to be important as well. Let's also take a look at some of the financial analysis. If we go to Plan B, which is our Dutch Plan B, he has made a great name for himself. He has already got more than 1 million followers on Twitter, and he released a tweet on June 20th of this year, 2021. He says that based on on-chain data, we could see prices of all the way up to $135,000 in December. He sent this tweet in June, and he mentioned that he believes the prices for Bitcoin were going to be 47,000 in August, while Bitcoin was at 34,000 when he tweeted this. 47,000 in August, 43,000 in September, 63,000 in October. And all of these months have been very, very spot on. August was almost exactly that price, September as well. October was a little bit beneath it, even though if you look at CME closed almost exactly at 63,000 for the month of October. So let's see if the predictions for November of 98,000 and for the month of December 135,000 are also going to be accurate or not. We can also see that according to the stock to flow model of the same plan B, the current model price should be around $100,000 per coin. So right now, of course, we are well below that, and we could see definitely an increase in the price in the next couple of months. And also, if we look at the analyst of ARK Invest, we can see that he believes that according to the historic price action of Bitcoin, you can find it all in this tweet over here, but according to that historic analysis, Bitcoin could actually go to $125,000 or even $300,000. Now that $300,000 is a pretty interesting number because I was also watching a video from Eric Crown. He made a video on the channel of Elio Trades Crypto. And he was analyzing the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. And according to the RSI, well, we can see that historically Bitcoin has often gone back to the level of about 94 on the RSI, which is this upper green line over here. Bitcoin has gone up to that level multiple times. In 2011, more or less, it went up all the way there. 2013, multiple times as well. In 2017, we went quite close. In 2021, in February this year, we went very close to that level as well of 94 on the RSI. But right now we are well below that level of 94. Now, Crown says, okay, if we are going to go back to that line of 94 at this moment in time, that would mean that the Bitcoin price would need to be about $300,000. Very interesting to see that according to technical analysis, because of course this is the technical analysis part, this is also a relevant number to be looking at. And if we go back to a video I created on my Dutch channel, which I have been talking about before, we can see that I made this video when the price of Bitcoin was around $64,500. And I was mentioning that we could see a short-term correction to more or less $57,500. And if we go to the price of Bitcoin, and let's actually go to the daily chart right now, we can see that we went back down to almost exactly that same level I have just been talking about of $57,500. Very interesting to see. So let's see if we are now going to be able to continue the uptrend to the upside, and if we are going to hit the targets that I have been mentioning in the last couple of minutes, of course. Now, let's see what else we can talk about for Bitcoin at this very moment in time. Let's actually go to the monthly close on TradingView to do a little bit of technical analysis. Now, we can see that the month of October was a very bullish month of 40% to the upside. And we can also see that Bitcoin had the highest monthly close ever in the history of Bitcoin. We can see that we closed at a price of $61,300 more or less, which is definitely way higher than this candlestick over here, which closed at $58,800 a while ago, which was in March 2021. Also, if we go to the weekly chart, we can see that we are still looking very bullish. If we go to the indicators, we can see that the RSI still has a lot of room to go to the upside. Usually when it's red, it's a little bit, well, time to pay attention at least, which was, for example, over here in February. And nope, that's not what I want to do. If we go to February, we can see that that was a pretty good moment to maybe take a little bit of profits, because after that we went on an absolute correction of about 50% to the downside, of course. If we look at the MACD, we can also see that the MACD still has a lot of room to go to the upside. We can see that here we had a nice, the MACD going up and now correcting to the downside, which was back in, March, at the end of March and the beginning of April. And we can see that that was a perfect indicator of the absolute top for Bitcoin at that moment in time. However, now we are, going back up, of course. We are seemingly having just a lot of room to go to the upside. So I do believe we could see some more upside in the next couple of months for Bitcoin for sure. Now, if you want to know a little bit more about Bitcoin, if you want to know a little bit more about crypto, I've got an entire playlist on this channel dedicated to crypto with right now 47 videos in this playlist. And the thing is, if you scroll down to the downside over here to the Pomp Podcast 383, that is basically the start of all the videos from other parties, from not myself, but other YouTubers out there, which I believe are very good and important videos to be watching if you want to know more about the world of crypto. So the thing is, I have been trying to arrange these by difficulty. So these ones should be more or less the most easy videos to watch, and these ones should be a little bit more specialized, a little bit more dedicated. So yeah, that's a little bit more deeper into the rabbit hole, if you will. So yeah, definitely check it out to watch more information about the world of crypto and Bitcoin. Crypto number 2 we are going to be talking about today in this top 5 crypto is Ethereum, and also Ethereum is probably a pretty straightforward pick, but I do believe that the next couple of months are also going to be very important for Ethereum. Usually when Bitcoin goes up, then Ethereum and the rest of the altcoins are following, so let's see if that is going to be the case for Ethereum as well. Let's take a look at the fundamental analysis for Ethereum at this very moment, and first let's talk a little bit about the Facebook change that is going to change their company name to Meta. Meta, or Facebook, they are going to be focusing more and more on the metaverse. So basically a crypto world, a digital world, a metaverse, a completely different world from the current reality we are living in right now. And the thing is, a lot of things with regards to the metaverse, especially with regards to NFTs, these non-fungible tokens, these are all being built on top of Ethereum. Ethereum definitely is one of the platforms that is being built on most at this very moment in time. NFTs have, of course, been basically the hype of the world of crypto in 2021, and I kind of believe that the NFT world will continue to evolve into, indeed, a metaverse, which Facebook, of course, is also going to be working on. So if a company like Facebook is going to focus more and more on the metaverse, I believe more companies will also focus on the metaverse, and more people are going to start building the metaverse and NFTs on top of Ethereum, and that could lead, of course, to more attraction, more people looking at Ethereum and wanting to invest in Ethereum, creating more demand for the token, and of course lowering or hiring the price of Ethereum as well in the future, hopefully. And apart from that, I also believe that we could definitely see a Ethereum ETF next year. I have already talked about the Bitcoin ETF in the part about Bitcoin. But I do believe at some point in the future in the United States, we are going to see a Ethereum ETF as well, probably in 2022, and multiple traders are actually agreeing with me that we could see a Ethereum ETF next year somewhere in the United States, of course, because I believe that in other countries, we already have a Ethereum ETF and other ETFs for altcoins as well. Let's then take a look at some financial analysis, and for the financial analysis we're only going to be looking at the market cap of Ethereum versus Bitcoin at this very moment in time. And as we probably know, Ethereum is the number 2 crypto at this moment. I've already been mentioning it that Ethereum, when Bitcoin goes up, usually Ethereum goes up as well. If Ethereum or if Bitcoin doubles, then Ethereum is likely going to double more or less as well. And a lot of people have been talking about the flippening because they believe that Ethereum is actually better, if you will, compared to Bitcoin. Ethereum is, of course, being used to build a lot of applications on top of. Bitcoin at this moment is not being used in that way just yet. But people think that because of Ethereum being used to build on top of, Ethereum could actually be a larger crypto in the future compared to Bitcoin. At this very moment in time, that is definitely not the case. We can see that the market cap of Bitcoin is more or less twice the market cap of Ethereum at this moment in time. The market cap of Bitcoin right now being more or less $1.16 billion, and the $1.16 trillion even. I still have to get used to that number, I suppose, or that word. And Ethereum currently has a market cap of $536 billion with a B for sure. The question is, are we going to see a flippening? Are we going to see Ethereum having a larger market cap compared to Bitcoin or not? I believe that it could happen in the future, but yeah, it also depends, of course, on the actual functionality of Bitcoin in the next couple of years. Then let's also do a little bit of technical analysis for Ethereum at this very moment in time. We are going to be looking at the weekly chart, so every candlestick is 1 week of price action at this very moment. We can see that Ethereum has already created multiple new all-time highs on the weekly chart, and also if we go to the RSI on the weekly chart, we can see basically just like the Bitcoin chart that the RSI right here has still a lot of room to go to the upside. Of course, again, compared to, well, the RSI being back in February, it was quite red. It was above a 90 read, and above 90 is definitely a little bit overheated usually, but now we are sitting more or less at a 70 read, and I believe that it could definitely have some more moves to the upside in the next couple of weeks, in the next couple of months. Crypto number 3 is going to be Polkadot, and Polkadot is one of my personal favorites. I created a video just a few weeks ago on October 15th about Polkadot and specifically the parachain auctions, which are going to be happening very, very soon. I'm going to be talking about this guy in a second as well, which is Gavin Wood, the founder of Polkadot. So as I've been mentioning, the parachain auctions are going to be launching very soon, next week on November 11th. Polkadot, of course, being a layer 0 network, and on top of Polkadot, on top of that layer 0, multiple layer 1 blockchains can be built. One of the most interesting things, in my opinion, is that Polkadot has been built during a period of more or less 5 years, and now finally we are going to see the very start of the launch of Polkadot. And the guy I've just been talking about, Gavin Wood, he is the founder of this guy over here. He is the founder of Polkadot, and he has also been working at Ethereum. He has basically coded Ethereum on his own within a few days or so, which is quite insane, within a week, I believe. And now he has been working with Polkadot, or has, basically founded Polkadot and has been coding Polkadot together with an insane wow, I can't even speak anymore. That's how insane it is. An insane team of people that have helped him with coding the Polkadot platform. So it's quite insane that they have been working on this for multiple years, while Gavin Wood has coded Ethereum within a couple of days. Quite an unbelievable for sure. Let's also take a look at the market cap of Polkadot at this very moment in time. We can see that Polkadot has gone up quite a bit in the last 7 days, 27% more or less, after the video I created a few weeks ago. And we can see that the market cap currently is around $53 billion compared to Ethereum right now, $535 billion. So we can see that Ethereum right now is about 10x the size of Polkadot if you look at the market cap of these coins. And multiple people are comparing Polkadot with Ethereum, also because Gavin Wood was the founder of Ethereum. Oh, not the founder of Ethereum, but he coded Ethereum, and he is now the founder of Polkadot. So it could definitely be the case that Polkadot in the future is going to be competing a little bit more with Ethereum. And in that case, if that is definitely going to be the case, then I believe that Polkadot could also be having a way higher market cap than it has right now. Let's then also do a little bit of technical analysis, and let's go to the chart of Polkadot, and let's take a look at the daily chart first. So first of all, we can see that we are going to the moon. Basically, I created the video on the October 15th, and after that we have still gone up quite a bit, and by more or less 20% or even a little bit more. So that is definitely beautiful to see. We are creating new all-time highs every single day for the last 5 days, more or less. So that is beautiful to see. And we can see that the thing is, with regards to technical analysis, usually for crypto, it is very good to look at technical analysis for crypto because the financial analysis is a little bit less relevant. But the thing is, at the same time, I believe that for Polkadot at this very moment in time, the technical analysis is going to be a little bit less relevant because the fundamental analysis is going to take over at this very moment. Because of the parachain auctions, there is going to be a higher demand for Polkadot right now in the next couple of weeks and months. And that is why I believe that the price is going to continue to go up in the next couple of months, more or less, because of that increase in demand, and not so much because of the technical analysis for this chart right now. And by the way, if you want to learn more about technical analysis, if you also want to be able to apply technical analysis in your own investing strategy, definitely check out nesami.com/TA for a program about investing or about trading with technical analysis for absolute beginners. Crypto number 4 is going to be Aave. Aave was definitely one of my favorites. Right now it's a little bit more, well, not suspicious, but yeah, there is one warning signal that I want to give you. But apart from that, I do still believe in Aave, and I do still believe in the world of DeFi. So let's take a look at some of the fundamental analysis. By the way, I also created a dedicated video about Aave just a few weeks ago, or I believe last week, Friday on the 29th of October, about Aave on this very channel. The first thing I want to be talking about is that the banks are also trying to look more and more into DeFi and in Aave in particular. We can see that the Dutch bank ING, which is definitely one of the major banks we have over here in the Netherlands, has been looking into DeFi, and it looks like they want to create a bridge between the centralized finance, so banks, and decentralized finance, DeFi of course in short. So it's going to be very interesting to see how we are going to see basically a fusion, a merger between these two worlds, between the worlds of banks, centralized finance, and between the world of DeFi, decentralized finance. We can see that the ING Bank also wrote a paper about DeFi in particular, and Aave of course as well. And if we go to a website of defipulse.com, we can see that the world of DeFi is definitely increasing. We can see that the total value locked of DeFi has been increasing for the last couple of months. In September, the total value locked was around $80 billion, and right now in November it is already $105 billion. It was actually 87 billion, but it looks like over here we can see that it is $106 billion. In any case, it is definitely a beautiful increase for sure to look at that. And we can, the thing is, for the last couple of months, we have been seeing that Aave was the leader in this world. So they were definitely the leader for a long period of time. But right now there is something that has been catching my attention. Because we can read that just a few days ago on October 29th, Justin Sun was withdrawn billions of dollars worth of crypto from the Aave lending pools. That could be definitely a short-term issue because this article is talking about precautionary measures that are being taken by Aave. There could be a possible exploit for when sushi is being used as collateral in the Aave protocol. So it's not sure how vulnerable the Aave protocol is at this very moment. But I believe this is just a short-term issue, and in the long term I believe that there is not going to be any negative effect on Aave in particular. So yes, I do still believe in Aave, and I still believe in the world of DeFi. If we go to coinmarketcap.com to look at the market cap of Aave, we can find Aave right over here on position number 46 with a market cap of $4.2 billion. Which is definitely a bit lower compared to Ethereum and Polkadot, of course. It is, well, almost more than 10 times as cheap compared to Polkadot and more than 100 times as cheap compared to Ethereum at this very moment in time. Let's then also do a little bit of technical analysis, or at least let's take a look at the chart, what the chart looks like at this very moment. We are right now on the daily chart, so one candlestick is 1 day of price action. And the thing is, if we look at the charts of DeFi, if we look at the charts of the total value locked for DeFi and Aave in particular, we can see that those charts have been going to the upside in the last couple of weeks and months, but the price of Aave is still at a relatively low point. So that seems to me a little bit of a what I call bullish divergence. The fundamentals are going up while the price action remains flat or even is going down. So let's see if we are going to see a price increase in the next couple of weeks and months. That could maybe be the case when the short-term issue with regards to, well, the whole Justin Sun thing has been resolved. So yes, I believe that the fundamentals are good, but the price is still lagging a little bit behind. Now, if you like all of this information, if you like all of this content, definitely make sure to subscribe to this channel. And if you are Dutch, also make sure to subscribe to the Dutch channel if you want more information about cryptos, but I also talk, of course, about stocks. And then the last crypto we are going to be talking about today, which is going to be Decentraland. Now, with regards to fundamental analysis, we're also going to be talking about the metaverse. Of course, when I talked about Ethereum, I already talked about the metaverse, that Facebook is going to change its name to Meta, that they are going to focus on that digital world, the crypto world, the metaverse. But the thing is, there is already a crypto working on a metaverse, a digital world, which is Decentraland. Now, of course, Decentraland is still in a very early stage. And yes, right now, not a lot of people are on top of this chain, or on top of this country, this land, if you will, this metaverse. So I believe that the entire metaverse is still in a very early stage. Yesterday I was looking at an article that said that Facebook could take like 15 years to build out an entire metaverse. So yes, I do believe we are just in the very first innings of this space. Now, I do believe that Decentraland has already been working on a metaverse themselves for quite a while. I haven't looked into Decentraland that much just yet, but I do believe that Decentraland for now is one of the pioneers, if you will, with regards to a metaverse. So definitely worth to check that out. And if we go to the market cap of Decentraland at this very moment, we can see that the current market cap is about $5 billion. We have seen an insane increase in the last 7 days of 244%, as we can see right over here. And if we scroll to the upside and we go to the list of NFT coins, we can see that Decentraland is in the number 4 position of NFT coins on coinmarketcap.com. Axie Infinity still being in the number 1 place with a market cap of $9.3 billion. But I do believe that if we are going to see more and more focus on the world of metaverse, if we are going to see more and more focus by Facebook on the metaverse, I believe that a company and a crypto like Decentraland is going to be very, very important indeed. So that can definitely be something interesting to look at. As I've been mentioning, we have already seen a very insane increase in the price of Decentraland, of course, in the last couple of weeks, or in the last week. Since October 28th, we saw a beautiful, insane increase from all the way down of like 80 cents to all the way up to about $5, so 500% within just a few just a few days, I believe, just in 2 days, more or less 2.5 days. Quite insane indeed. Then right after, we saw a massive correction from $5 all the way up where we are right now, 44%. So I believe that we could definitely see some more correction going on. That is going to be the question. I do see a little bit of support right over here on the 4-hour chart around the price of $2.63 more or less. If we break below that level, I do think that we could see some more price action to the downside instead to cool off a little bit, because if we go to the daily chart, we can definitely see that we have been overextending quite a bit, of course. Yeah, we just have an insane move to the upside. So let's see if we're going to see more of a correction in the next couple of days. But at some point in the future, there could, of course, be some opportunities for Decentraland to pick up some Decentraland to allow yourself an allocation to the world of NFTs, to the world of the metaverse. So that is my top 5 crypto for this month, for November. I do believe the next couple of months are going to be important for these 5 cryptos. And of course, I'm looking forward to your opinion as well. Which cryptos do you believe should have been in this top 5? And make sure to mention your fundamental financial and technical analysis for these cryptos, for the crypto that you would have seen included in this top 5 crypto. And with that being said, I want to thank you for your time, and hopefully until the next time. Bye-bye.